You're not taking pictures now, madam. Oh dear. So obviously you can't shear a sheep like this. I've got to get a little bit more comfortable. Let's sit on his bottom. There you go, sit down, just relax, look. Take a little bit of weight off, eh? Now when a sheep is on its bottom, that does actually relax, guys. How can you tell if the sheep's relaxed? Let's have a look. Okay, so the legs do all the hard work, holding the animal. Right hand's got the easy job, just takes it all off. Pretty simple. Left hand here, most important job. Now kids in the audience, I don't know if you've seen Dad when he's shaving. Right, what he can do is actually pull his skin nice and tight so he doesn't cut himself. And occasionally Mom can do a similar thing with her legs, pulls her skin nice and tight when she's shaving her legs. That's what I want to do as well. My left hand here needs to work on the skin of the sheep at all times, keeping that skin nice and tight. Folks, if the skin is tight, there's no wrinkles. If there's no wrinkles, I'm not going to cut it. Right, that's the left hand's job. Don't you cut that sheep. Very simple. Now shaving nicks and cuts can happen, but we work quite hard to try and make sure they don't. Now sheep have got a few little interesting buttons that help us. If you imagine this leg, if it's in that position, I can't shear it, it's unshearable. I need to get that skin tight, so I just use this little button here. Watch this lovely leg extension. Okay. Right, here we go one more time. It's a very useful button to know, blokes. See me after the show. This next one is very good for self-defense. This is what we call the karate kick. Right, just goes like this. Hi-ya! Okay. Right, one more time for the parents on Valiant, because I believe you need it. Get it way below. Hey guys, everyone right out there. So those little buttons don't hurt the sheep. It's just about getting rid of those little wrinkles. Remember guys, no wrinkles, no cuts. So I'm ready to start. I've just got one small problem. My machine is over there, I'm over here. I'm just going to use a little technique I've learned since I've been in the UK. This next bit is what happens on the Norfolk coast when the pubs close on a Saturday night. Alright darling, time to go home, love. That's right. Just lie back thinking of it. You're over before you know it. Let's get on with it. So when you're shearing, you always start up here with a brisket. But work your way down into the belly here. Now remember that left hand's job, folks. Coming up behind the machine, pulling the skin nice and tight, getting rid of those wrinkles. Never pull the wool, always pull the skin up. Right, now always a good idea as well. Before you start shearing, have a little look. Quickly check whether it's a boy or a girl. Okay, you know, farmers are only human. They can actually occasionally make a mistake. If a little boy slipped in amongst the girls, well, there's a chance you might be removing some vital bits of equipment. So you have a little look first. Right, so this is a little girl. Got two teats down here that she'll use when she has her lambs. So they want to remain attached. That's the belly wool done. I'm just going to break it off, throw it out of the way. And then what you do is you just work your way down into the bikini line area. Down here, tidy this bit up. Now all the wool here, guys, from the belly and the bikini line, we actually keep that separate. All of this is still useful. That gets turned into felt. Right, so the next time you're using a felt tip pen, that's a sheep's bottom. Okay, just make sure the tail's tidied up as well. Now we keep all that separate for a reason. I'm just going to show you the kids here, because here's a good one. Right, kids, this is what, this little dingleberry here. Right, kids, can you see that little black bit there in the wool? That's what we call a Klingon. Okay? This is what happens if you don't use toilet paper. Horrible smelly stuff. And I'll tell you something else, your mom and dad, they're going to hear you coming, because all of that rattles when it runs. Right? It's called rattling your dad. So all the stuff from belly and bikini line, separate smelly bag. Right, now by the way, just for the ladies in the audience only, because you know summer's here, you might be going on holiday. If you think I've done a half tidy job on the bikini line, just come and see me after the show. Show special, 50 pence today. Don't panic. If you haven't got the money, I'll loan it to you. Right, lock that leg in place so I know there's no wrinkles there. So I can bravely go where no man has gone before. Right, all the way down, past the bottom, and past the tail there. Just lift it up, get right in there, and then put that back, because they're always a little bit shy. Right, you can just step up into your next position. Right, this next bit here, where you start working your way up the neck of the sheep. just like so, get to there, and then you can just, whoa, break it apart. Now you can see what you're doing. Now remember guys, it's all about keeping the skin of the sheep nice and tight, right? No wrinkles, no cuts on the little sheep, okay? Those horns, we don't really want them on sheep anymore. For this reason, it's a bit awkward. Right, I've got you girls, don't worry. Now, guys, I'm just going to tell you a quick story while I'm shearing sheep. Do you guys know what the biggest killer of our sheep is today? Have you not heard of the barbecue? Oh, that's the biggest one. Second biggest killer of our sheep is actually this wool. Now, wool can kill a sheep in two ways. First of all, this little girl can actually get stuck on its back, because wool, when it's wet, can actually be quite heavy. Now if it does get stuck on its back and a fox or a crow or even a seagull finds it before the farmer does, I'm afraid that is all over, Red Rover. But the biggest killer of our sheep with this unnaturally long wool is something you've probably heard of, called fly strike. Flies absolutely love, whoa, steady on, absolutely love this unnaturally long piece. If they find the sheep with a wool on it like this and lay their little babies in there, guys, those maggots will kill a sheep in under a week. 5 days is all it's going to take, right? The moral of the story is that we've actually put the wool on its back. That is up to us to take it off. Pretty simple actually. Now I'm just into the long blows here. This is where most of the wool comes off the back of the sheep. You just want to get in past the spine there, and then I can just step up into my next position. Hang on to those handlebars, spin it around. Good girl. That's we. I've got you. You're a lively little number, but I promise you this, darling, I've seen your life before. Only just come down the last side here. Now guys, lovely day today, but what if it was a typically English summer's day, but cold, but wet? Would you worry about this little girl getting cold or wet? Well, you really don't care about sheep. I'm just going to tell you why you don't have to worry. But the first thing that will happen when I get the wool off it, hang on, just get the head in the right place. Good girl. You're a bit sticky, I know. Just want to come off. Right, so the first thing that will happen, actually, let me just talk you through this. Get the head in there. I've got you. Get that wool off your leg. So you stop kicking. Right, so the head between my legs is not what it looks like. Right, the reason that I'm in this position here is because I've got a nice and tight skin bone away from me, right? Which means I know there's no wrinkles on it. I think you're getting the idea that no wrinkles, no cuts. Coming down into the underarm area. Now you always do pay special attention here by the underarm, because they don't like going away looking too European by the time you're done. You know, Brexit and all that. Get nice and tight there. Right, I've got you. Come on, no tap dancing. Right, get that wool off. So, the first thing that will happen when I got the wool off her is that her skin will return to the way that Mother Nature made it. That thickens threefold in 48 hours, keeping it nice and warm. The only wool a sheep needs to handle any weather that your lovely climate can throw it is 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and she'll grow that back in under a fortnight. Now, ladies in the audience, can you see all the lovely yellow colour here in the wool? Do you know what that is, ladies? Every day you whack it on yourselves. Sheep grease, that's in your, whoa, watch those horns. Right, did you hear how high pitched my voice went there? Right, so yeah, that's called lanolin. I'm just going to get her head out of there, because I've only just met her. Lie back, come down, we're just into the last leg here. So that lanolin, what it does for her, by the way, that's in your lipsticks, shower gels, shaving creams, sunblocks, pretty much everything that we put on ourselves has got that in it. It's waterproofing for the sheep. Right, so once I've got the wool off it, skin thickening threefold, keeping it nice and warm. Lanolin starts doing its job, keeping it nice and waterproof. Right, no nicks, no cuts, and the little sheep will live for another year because I got the wool off it. So who wants to see a naked sheep? See, I told you there'd be a couple. Look. Right, let's get the wool out of the way and then talk about that in a minute. First haircut I've ever had. Come and give it a round of applause, folks. Well done. She's a lively little number, actually. What I'm going to do is just slide her over, pop her back in her cubbyhole. In you go there, darling. Well done. No, don't panic. No, it's not an oven. Well, this will be done in a couple of hours. So what you left was the wool.